All right, what up? All right, what is it? Fucking Saturday. Hope you guys had a great week. Watching some football, some college football, or something like that. You know what I mean? Uh, quick fucking story. This was some crazy ass shit. One day, and like this is the time when I took an L on this one. I took an L on this one and shit. But really, in my eyes, I won because I got out of there with my life and shit. But I remember I'm shooting over to the park. I'm shooting to the park one day to go try to get some bread. But I'm in Canoga Park and I gotta get to Woodland Hills to the red line station by the mall. Cause I ain't even driving. So I ain't even got my L's. Niggas that know me know I ain't getting my L's till I was like 26. So anyways, when I get out, push out the house, I got a backpack on. And I'm pushing to the motherfucking red line. Uh, and the red line gonna drop me off on Van Nuys and Ventura. It's gonna push down Ventura and shit. Drop me up on Van Nuys. I'm probably gonna kick it right there for a minute, see if I see somebody at In and Out, one of the homies or something like that. Cause back then, nigga, wasn't no cell phones and shit like yo. Niggas had to go to destinations to see if, all right, the homie kicking it right here. I know the homie be right here. And a lot of times, nigga, you had to stay in one location knowing that, yo, one of the homies gonna pull up. Like, eventually one of the homies gonna pull up and shit. So, I shoot over. I'm going down. I'm right there by going to the red line, but like right where the McDonald's is by the Fashion Square, whatever the fuck you want to call it, the mall, Topanga Mall and shit. And I'm walking towards the red line and shit where they do the layover at on a little side street and shit, right? Motherfucking I see a nigga walking coming from the opposite direction but walking to the same location, and this nigga just got his eyes on me. Like he got his eyes on me and shit. Like I'm his enemy, so I'm looking at him like, yo, who the fuck is this? I'm looking like, oh, who the fuck is this nigga? But I'm not stopping. I'm going to where I gotta get to and shit. And the whole time he got a long. It's hot as fuck. We in the valley. It's hot as fuck. It's probably like 100 something degrees, and this nigga got on a long ass coat, right? Like a long winter coat and shit, like some Chicago coat type of shit. And he got both hands in the motherfucking pockets and shit, like tone. So up top, I'm like, now that I'm older, I should have turned around and dipped. Like, yo, fuck it, I can get out there some other time or it ain't worth it. The guy telling me not to take this trip right now. But I'm not thinking at the time and shit. So my whole shit is like, yo, I don't know this nigga, so I ain't tripping on shit. What are you like this? Like I don't recognize for nothing. He got like a do rag on and shit, but he just got this long coat on with both his hands in his pockets. So I'm like, all right. So I'm walking and but the closer we get, now we locking eyes and shit. Now we locking eyes, so it's all right. We gonna engage in battle if that's the case. Let's engage in battle, nigga. Fucking when I get up, when I get to him, the nigga immediately he like, nigga, you don't remember me, nigga? I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, nigga, I don't know. I tell him really like, yo, I don't know who the fuck you are, my nigga, and I don't know you. And then he goes, he like, man, I remember what you did. You robbed my mom's house and da 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 shit. And I'm like, cause on some real shit, I didn't know this motherfucker. I never robbed his mom's house. I don't know who the fuck he is. So I'm tripping out in my head low key too at the same time, like, yo, who the fuck is this nigga? And I didn't ever rob your mom's house. Like, who the fuck are you, my nigga? But at the same time, I'm engaged with him, and I'm this close. I'm not at arm's distance, but I'm that close where it's like, yo, I can't turn my back and run. He might shoot me in my back. So if I see this nigga get to reaching, I'm finna charge this nigga. And when, shit, God gonna let that shit play out. So for the most part, I tell him like, yo, man, I don't know who the fuck you are, man. I ain't never robbed your mom's house. And he like, nigga, you doing too much talking, cuz. I shut up. I said, all right, then what's cracking? Why ain't shut? I was like, all right. I said, all right, my nigga was cracking. And that nigga he just kept having his hands in his pockets. That's what kept creeping me out, is the nigga kept having his hands in his pockets, and I didn't know what he had and shit. And he got this big ass winter coat on and shit. And it's fucking 100-something degrees out. So, and I can't run because he might shoot me in my back. So my only shit right now is I gotta if this nigga pulls some, I gotta charge this nigga and just try to do my best to win this one. So, excuse me. Anyways, the bus on a layover too. So we just standing there on some weirdo shit, like, but I'm scared, like, nigga. I'm scared, like, yo, fucking, and I'm really scared because I don't know what the fuck he got on him. Excuse me. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna have to do some motherfucking commando Rambo shit right now on this nigga. So the bus driver get there. Bus driver come back from using the bathroom, whatever the fuck they was doing. This nigga, he opened the door. Fucking, the nigga turns to get on the bus and stops. And turns back. And he say, nah, cuz, I'm gonna let you get on first. And I look at him, and I'm like, nigga, I don't know like, what's going on right now? But I'm scared as a motherfucker right now. Because, y'all, even if I do come out, like, victorious on this battle right now, I gotta fucking do some crazy ass shit to win this one. But I ain't going out like no fucking sucker. I ain't going out like that. I'm gonna make that nigga work for his money. I don't give a fuck. So basically, I look at him like, yo, fuck it. I got on the bus. Like, nigga, you scared to get on? I'll get on, my nigga. I ain't tripping on you right now. But I was tripping. Like, like, yo, scared out of my fucking mind. Like, yo, man, I gotta do some crazy shit right now. So I get on the fucking bus. I walk all the way to the back. Sit on the right side. Boom. This nigga comes all the way to the back. You know, when he walking, we locking eyes and shit. And he sit on the left. So now, I'm sitting on the bus with this motherfucker. And we all the way in the back, and it's just us in the back. I'm on the fucking, when I walked up, I was on the right. But when I sit down, I'm on the left side, he on the right side when we sit down. Then, so the whole bus ride, I'm trying not to look like I'm, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking like, nigga, I ain't taking my eyes off this nigga. Without looking at him, nigga, I'm watching you. Like, homie, as soon as if I see you, I'm gonna dive on you. My only shit is in, if the nigga go to reaching, I gotta dive on this nigga. And I gotta take that shit from him. Cause I ain't going out like that. And I was gonna get it done too. I guarantee you. Hand to God, I was gonna get it done. I was gonna win on that day. But I'll tell you how I took an L and shit. All right, so we on the bus. I'm scared out of my fucking mind because I don't know what's about to happen and shit. And this nigga sitting over there next to me and shit. And then, so we pushing down Ventura. And right when we get to, we probably passing like fucking, we coming up on like Willie, Sepulveda. And I don't know where the nigga just say, he go to ding this shit, but he reach up, I see him reach up, but he don't ding it, and he like, nah, I ain't getting off. Where you getting off at? I'm like, I said, nigga, I'm getting off on Van Nuys, my nigga. He like, all right, I'm gonna get off where you get off at. I said, all right, I'm like, all right, nigga. Like, let's get this shit over with. I don't like all this anticipation and all that shit. That's the shit that tripped me out, that was freaking me out. Like, nigga, you trying to play some psychological games with me, shit, nigga. If you gonna try to kill me, my nigga. So I know how to react to that shit. Don't sit here and do some old bullshit. Like, nigga, what the fuck you think you dealing with right now? Cause I'm 2 seconds away from just diving on a nigga anyways. So I get up, Van Nuys coming up, we pass the pole with Van Nuys coming up, we pass the pole with and I start to get up. This nigga, he gets up and he go to the bus driver and he just he started getting loud and shit and telling the bus driver, hey, I'm getting off where he getting off at, don't leave me, and da 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 da. So everybody on the bus looking at me and shit, I'm like, yo, what is really going on right now? Hold on, the homie calling. Call that nigga back in a second. But fucking, so I'm really tripping like, yo, what's going on right now? So we coming up on Van Nuys and that's my stop. So I'm like, all right. Now he started getting all loud and shit. He started just talking loud shit. Nah, this nigga, blah, 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 blah. And I'm looking, I ain't saying shit. I'm looking though like, yo, like, what's going on right now? I'm low-key scared out of my fucking mind. Cause I know I gotta do some shit. And I'm just praying like, yo, God, just get me the fuck out of this one right now. Like, God, just get me out of this shit. So when the bus door opens, I jump off. The nigga come running up on me and shit, so I turn, I square off. And he started screaming some shit. I don't even remember what the fuck he said. He was just like, rah, 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 rah. And I just remember spit coming out of his mouth and shit when he's screaming. I'm like, man, but he ain't getting close enough to me so I can swing on him. So I'm like, damn, but he still got his hands in his fucking pocket the whole time. He still got his hands in his pocket the whole time. That's what it was like, yo. So we at the gas station right there. I think it's a 76. It's on Van Nuys and Ventura. But I'm like, literally, I'm backing up. That's what it was. I wasn't gonna turn my back on this nigga. So I'm backing up. But I ain't swinging yet. I got my backpack on and shit. And then he came, he got close enough, I went to swing. I said, ugh. And I literally, my eyes opened up and I was on the floor. I was on the floor and I was looking at this nigga's shoes. Like, and I don't remember, I was like, yo, my first shit was, yo, get up. Get up, nigga. So I jumped up and I squared off again. And I was like, I just remember the side of my face was just hurt like a motherfucker. Like, yo, the side of my face was just like, boom. But he started screaming even more. It's like, blah, 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 blah. And that shit was just like throwing me off. Like, what the fuck just happened right now? Like yo, what the fuck just happened right now? So I squared off again, and he just continued to scream at me and shit and spit. And I'm like, nigga, you come closer again, I'm gonna swing again, even though I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I'm gonna try to swing again on your ass, like, nigga. And he turned around, jumped on the bus, and dipped. And I was like, yo, what the fuck just happened right now? And I ended up dipping to the park, told the homie like, yo, I don't know what just happened, but I think this nigga just knocked me the fuck out. And like, yo, like, yo, I think that nigga just knocked me, but I don't know what that was. Like, yo, this nigga, and all I could think was, yo, this nigga was a demon or something. Now trip out on this one. This is some even more trippy shit. I'm coming back from work, doing some CSC shit from UCLA. Boom, I used to post up at the West Gate, on Bel Air West Gate and shit, right? It was a bus stop right there. And I used to catch the bus, doing the UCLA basketball and volleyball games and events and shit. So when I be posting up there late night, I would always have me a little tall can and some shit in a blunt. So I be posted up there drinking. waiting on the bus, having a little beer and smoking a blunt right there at the West Gate in Bel Air. Uh, so one day I'm on that shit, posted up, get back to the valley. Nigga, the homie having a little function, the homie Tito having a little function at his house. Niggas like pull up, so I pulled up, shit. Got over that way. One of the homies might have came swoop. Once I got back, I forget, but nigga, I get back over there, niggas over there drinking tecates and shit and smoking and shit and chilling. And so I'm like, all right. But at that time, I wasn't smoking no weed. I was just drinking. So I was just drunk. I was drunk as fuck. I was drunk as a bitch. Drunk as a skunk. So the homie dropped me off back on Ventura. Like, nigga, I gotta shoot back to the house and shit. Drop me off on Ventura. Boom, I jump on the red line. Now, when I get on the red line, my whole mindset just on the drinking and shit is different. So right now, I don't give a fuck. Like in my head, I don't give a fuck right now. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. So I get on the bus, and lo and behold, dude sitting right in the back in the middle. Now, the first shit in my head, and we lock eyes, and I look at him, I'm just like, nigga, you had to kill me today, homie. You had to kill me today. On some real shit, you gonna have to kill me today, my nigga, because this shit ain't gonna happen again what happened last time. And that shit was a lot of the alcohol talking at that time. Probably like 90% of alcohol talking. Because if I was sober on some other shit, being smart-minded, if I would have seen him and be like, nigga, I can get into some bullshit right now. Even if I win, say I take the nigga out, I'm going to jail forever. So I'm losing. So I'm like, that's not, I'm not making a rational thought right now, or a rational decision. But when I walk back there, I got the hands on the rails and shit, like I'm walking back. And I walk right back over there to the nigga and I just stare at him. Cause in low key in my head, I really don't know if it's that nigga 100%. So I don't want to make that move without knowing, like, yo, this is that nigga. Cause I really don't. I'm about 75% sure, like, this gotta be that nigga. It's gotta be him. It's gotta be this nigga. And I literally got both my hands on the rail, holding on to the, and I'm standing there just looking at him like this. And he like, and now this time he doing this. So that's what's throwing me off. Like, this can't be that nigga. Like, this can't be that nigga and shit, because he got, like, I don't know if the nigga just was on some shit that day or what, but when I'm like literally looking at him like, nigga, like, you know, I'm trying to figure out if it's you because I'm right here in your, he's sitting down in the back, but he's still sitting down. But I'm holding on and I'm just looking at him like, nigga, are you that? And I'm asking him without talking. I'm looking, and that's what I'm basically doing. Like, nigga, you know what the fuck I want to know right now, my nigga. Are you that nigga that fucking knocked me the fuck out the other day? But he ain't saying shit. He's doing this now. So, remember last time he had got off where the layoff was at. That's where I seen him at. Now this time, and I'm still, I turn around, because he ain't doing it. Once he started doing this shit, I'm like, this can't be the nigga. It can't be. It can't be. So I kind of just turn to the side and shit, and I just stand there, but I'm still on his ass like, nigga, like, please just let me know that's you, man, so I can, but now this time you ain't got no long coat on with your hands in your pocket. So now you just, but like, just give me some kind of inkling of, yeah, I was that nigga. So this is gonna be a whole nother story. Like, man, it's gonna be a whole nother story. Excuse. So anyway, we ride about a couple stops of shit, and the nigga ding the shit like blunk. But I tell him that at that point, I tell myself, yo, Matt, chill out. Chill the fuck out. Go to the front. This nigga, whatever the fuck, if the nigga, he ain't letting you know, yeah, that's him, then just let that shit go right now, nigga. Just get your ass home safe. Just get home safe, nigga. So I go to the front. I'm still like, yo, this gotta be the nigga. And part of me really want to be like, part of me is still like, nigga, I owe you one, homie. I owe you one. I need my get back on that. I need my get back on that shit, nigga. But that nigga ended up getting off the bus and shit. But yo, that was the time. Nigga, that nigga punched me. What happened was I swung, and I think, because I don't even remember the nigga swinging at me. Like, I just remember I swung and fucking was at the 76. I swung at that nigga, and next thing I know, I fucking was looking at his shoes, like, don't. Because and then where I got up at, where you pump the gas, right? There's like a little step kind of shit. So it's like the gas pump kind of has like a little step to it. I think when I was backing up, like I was swung and it was backing up at the same time, and caught my foot, and this nigga just caught me with a quick one, pink, and I fell over that shit. But I was just glad the nigga didn't kick me in the face at that point in time. Anyways, y'all enjoy your Saturday. This is kind of a long one and shit.